Hello, beautiful soul. It's me, Lyka, embracing slow living, intentional homemaking, and growing in holistic herbal wellness. In today's video, I'm taking you along as I start building something that I've been dreaming about for a while now, my very own herb garden. As I continue this journey of learning about herbalism and holistic living, one of my goals is to grow herbs right at home so that I can harvest them fresh whenever I need them. And I realized something recently. Instead of leaving some spaces around my home unused, why not fill them with life? So today, we're doing a few things together. I'll be propagating some herbs that I bought from the store, starting my first hydroponic lettuce using the Kratky method, planting some microgreens, and also preparing some seeds indoors so they can eventually be repotted outside in the yard. This is honestly a bit of an experiment for me. I'm still learning, still figuring things out, but I thought it would be fun to share the process with you. I picked up a few herbs that I use often in cooking: mint, rosemary, thyme, cilantro, parsley. These herbs are not only wonderful for cooking, but many of them also have medicinal and wellness benefits. For example, mint is soothing for digestion and very refreshing. Rosemary is amazing for memory, circulation, and hair health. Thyme has antimicrobial properties and has traditionally been used for respiratory health. Parsley is rich in vitamins and antioxidants. Cilantro is known for helping the body detox heavy metals. So being able to grow these at home would be such a blessing. The method I'm using today is very simple. All I'm doing is taking some clean empty jars, filling them with water, and placing the herb cuttings inside. But there is one important detail when propagating herbs in water. You want to make sure that the nodes are submerged in the water. Nodes are the small areas along the stem where leaves grow out. This is also where roots can develop. Then I simply place them where they can get some natural light or under a grow light. Some herbs root faster than others. Mint usually roots very quickly. Sometimes, within a few days, you'll already see roots starting to form. Rosemary and thyme can take longer and require a little more patience. And to be honest, I have never been successful in propagating rosemary and thyme. But we'll see if we will be successful this time, hopefully. Once they develop roots about 2 to 3 or 4 inches, I'll transfer them into the soil and grow them outside in the garden. The next thing I'm starting today is my very first hydroponic lettuce, using something called the Kratky method. I decided to try this method because it's simple and also less costly compared to other hydroponic systems. There are no pumps, no electricity needed for water circulation. It's a passive system. My goal here is to grow lettuce indoors so that whenever I'm making salads, I can just harvest fresh leaves from my kitchen. I started by soaking the rock wool cubes in water for about 10 to 15 minutes. This helps them fully absorb moisture. After soaking, I gently shake off the excess water so the cubes are moist but not dripping. Then I place a few lettuce seeds right into the small hole in each cube. I'm planting a few different varieties of lettuce because I love having variety in my salads. After placing the seeds, I put the cubes into this tray. I leave just a little bit of water in the tray, just enough so that the bottom of the rock wool touches the water. This helps keep the cubes moist while the seeds are germinating. This tray also comes with a dome lid, which is perfect because it helps create a small greenhouse effect. The dome helps keep humidity in, which helps seeds germinate faster. It also has small ventilation holes, so the seedlings can still get some airflow. Once the seeds sprout and grow bigger, I'll eventually transfer them into my hydroponic container for the Kratky system. But for now, this tray is acting as their little nursery. Another thing I'm starting today is microgreens. Microgreens are one of the easiest and fastest things you can grow indoors. They're basically young vegetable greens that are harvested very early, usually within 7 to 14 days. But even though they're tiny, they are incredibly nutrient dense. Some studies have even shown that microgreens can contain higher concentrations of nutrients compared to their mature versions. So adding them to salads, sandwiches, or smoothies is a wonderful way to boost nutrition. For my microgreens, I'm using coconut coir soil tablets. These are really interesting because they come very compact. They look like small dry discs, but once you add water, they expand significantly. So all I do is place the tablet in a container and add water. Within a few minutes, it begins to absorb the water and expand into fluffy soil. It's actually really satisfying to watch. Coconut coir is also a great growing medium because it retains moisture well while still allowing good drainage. For my microgreens today, I'm using chia seeds and lettuce seeds. Chia seeds are especially great for microgreens because they germinate quickly and grow densely. All I'm doing is spreading the seeds evenly across the soil surface. Then I lightly mist them with water. Microgreens don't need to be buried deeply. They actually grow well when simply pressed gently onto the surface of the soil. Then I'll place them near my grow lights and keep the soil moist. Within a few days, they should begin sprouting. And within about a week or two, they'll be ready to harvest. Next, I'm sowing marigold seeds. I'll be letting them germinate indoors before eventually moving them outside. Marigolds are such wonderful companion plants in the garden. Not only are they beautiful with their bright orange and yellow flowers, but they also serve a purpose. Marigolds attract pollinators like bees and beneficial insects. They can also help deter certain pests that might damage vegetables and herbs. So planting marigolds near your garden can actually help protect your plants naturally. I really love the idea of having flowers in the garden that are not only beautiful but also helpful. It's like nature working together in harmony. So for these marigold seeds, I'm simply planting them in small containers with soil and keeping them moist while they germinate. Once they're strong enough and the weather is right, I'll move them outside. There's something incredibly peaceful about growing plants. It slows you down. It reminds you that growth takes time. You plant a seed, and for days it looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, something beautiful is forming. Roots are developing. Life is preparing to emerge. And I feel like that's such a powerful reminder for our own lives too. Sometimes we feel like nothing is happening. Sometimes we feel stuck or like we're not progressing. But just like seeds, there are seasons where growth is happening quietly beneath the surface. Not everything grows instantly. Some things require patience, and some things require faith. That's one of the reasons I love gardening so much. It constantly reminds me of the beauty of the process, not just the harvest, but the process. So, this is currently my little hydroponics slash indoor greenhouse setup in the kitchen. It's still a work in progress, and probably within a few days or weeks, I'll be moving things around and probably reorganizing my current setup. I have some grow lights here on the shelves that help provide light for the seedlings. Light is really important, especially when growing indoors. I also have 3 small fans placed around the shelves. The fans help improve air circulation. So, in this shelf, we have the propagated herbs in jars. Over here, we have the microgreens. Then we have the hydroponic lettuce seedlings. I also tried germinating English lavender, although to be honest, I'm not completely confident about it. Lavender can sometimes be tricky to germinate, but we'll see what happens. I must say, gardening teaches you patience. And on this side, we have the marigold seedlings that will eventually go outside. It's a small setup right now, but every garden starts somewhere, right? Thank you so much for spending this moment with me. Your presence means more than you know. If you're also on a journey towards slow living, growing your own food, learning about herbs, or simply finding peace in the little things, I hope this video encouraged you today. Until next time, may you find peace in the present, joy in the process, and purpose in every small thing. I'll see you in the next video.